Hello crew, how is everybody? Welcome to today's live where I'm going to talk about finding people on social media. Where can you find potential prospects for your business on social media? This is something that a lot of people overlook. They just concentrate on their immediate sort of friends and family and trying to hassle them, or you rely solely on Facebook advertising and you lose a lot of money there, or you just pop up a group or you pop up a business page and you just hope that people come and find you. So there are plenty of people in this industry, the home-based business industry, network marketing, direct sales, all of the above, that have made themselves very successful in six-figure and beyond incomes through let's just talk about Facebook alone here, let alone other platforms that you might play around with, but just by networking with people on Facebook. There are billions of people on Facebook every month, guys, and you have the opportunity to find people to talk to you about, or you talk to them about your business. You've just got to, I guess, be dedicated to the process, which is where people fall down. So I don't know if you guys have got what we call a DMO, a daily method of operation, where you spend some dedicated time to making new friends and networking with new people. If you don't, you are missing huge opportunities in this business, because there are plenty of people on social media. You don't need to talk to your family and friends when you can go through a process every day of making friends through social media. So I'm going to share with you over today and tomorrow 8 ways to find people to network with. Some of them, you would already maybe be doing, some of them you may not, but just to give you an idea of where to go and find people. But networking with people on social media is about building relationships. When you build relationships with people and you get into that conversation, so what do you do? Or what do you do? And then you've got your elevator pitch worked out. If you don't know what I mean by elevator pitch, it's a few sentences about what it is that you do. So if you've got an online business, if you've got a business on the side, there's something that you do, you know how to pitch that. So, it might be, I have a business online where I help people, get healthier with natural, nutraceutical products instead of pharmaceutical products. And somebody will go, huh? What does that mean? It means natural products, not prescription-based, because prescription-based, they ruin the line of your gut, and then you've got all sorts of problems from there. So I'm about natural health, and I help people with their health. Like, that's your elevator pitch. You know what you stand for, what you do, and you get into these conversations. So today and tomorrow, I'm going to share 8 ways where you can find people. Some of them you would already know, you may already be using. Some of them you may have never thought about. Okay, so you can write down these 8. And the purpose of this, guys, is you should always be building your network if you want to have any chance of being successful on social media. So if your focus is building successfully on social media because you have exhausted your warm market, you don't want to hassle your friends over and over and over and over again about what it is that you do, you can easily use social media to network with new people. But there's a lot of people in this industry that are using, the same type of groups. And and that's why one of the conditions of joining groups, no spam in this group. I've got it in my free group. Don't spam your business in this group, because that's what a lot of people do. They do it the wrong way. So I'm just going to give you some ideas, guys. This is what you should be doing every day. Set a timer. I often say to people, put on your favorite song and network with people for that period of time. Do it a couple of times a day, a few times a day if you've got the time and the inclination. But just put on your favorite song, go to Facebook and network in these areas that I'm going to share with you today. Okay, so I hope this is helpful for you guys, just to think outside the square with some of the things about where you can meet people to sort of network with. Because whether you're doing paid advertising or not, you are still a human being on social media. So whether you've got a group, a personal profile, or a business page, you are still the one person with one personality. hopefully. Maybe you've got more than one personality, I don't know. But you're still one person. So you still want to network with people and build relationships through, something like Facebook all the time, whether you're doing paid advertising or not. This is what brings you new people to connect with and talk to about your business. Okay, so it's very important. And there's 2 interviews that I've watched in the last 2 days of multiple 6-figure earners doing network marketing online. And this is all they do. What I'm going to share with you today. They don't even do Facebook advertising. It's all organic and it's all networking. So it's absolutely possible if you give it some time and attention. Okay, so I'll get to that in a second. For those of you that have started the 21-day online crew video challenge, congratulations. You've either got day 1 or, you're on a day 2, depending where you are around the world. So those of you that are participating, you're going to have fun for the next 21 days. If there's anyone that wants to jump on late, you can still catch up. You just might not have some of the points, but that doesn't matter. It's about the experience and getting better at live video. So you can go to my website, helenmartinonline.com, look at the graphic for the video challenge and just ask to join the group. So congratulations to those of you that have started the video challenge. So who is here with us today? We've got Susan. Hey, Gloria, how are you? We've got Cindy. We've got Jen. We've got Hero. Good to see you on. We've got Christine. Beth. Janine is here. Shared, thanks. Awesome. Great. Cynthia. We've got Donna. And if we, for some reason, and Beth's one of our life members, if we haven't met before, I guess I should cover that. My name's Helen Martin and I'm your online crew captain. This is just all a little bit of fun for our community here. We have a really special community here of entrepreneurs, home-based business owners, those that are, in direct selling and network marketing. And what we do here is talk about modern online strategies to build your business on social media, but doing it the right way. There's not a place for spammy, tammy messages anymore. We've gone well beyond that. If you're still stuck in that, that's what your upline is still teaching you. It's time to move on. It's time to learn how to attract people to you and build genuine relationships, because people buy things off people they know, like, and trust. Okay. We've got, oops, hang on. I went too far. Hang on. Hello, Olive. How are you? Good to see you on. Yes, build relationships. The catch in our industry, guys, when you're networking, and this is a big issue for a lot of you, is you want to network, but you don't know when to transition to talking about the business. So you can end up networking on social media a lot without many results because you've never got to the point. You've never asked them to take a look at your business. You don't know how to raise it with somebody. So we do want to build a relationship and a friendship with somebody, but you don't want to build that relationship for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks that you never get to the point. So you're spending all your time networking on social media without any results in your business. So we need to find that balance between networking with people and, building a relationship, but also getting to the point about, something that you might want somebody to look at. Okay, so it's about that finding that balance for yourself. Hey, Laurie, good to see you. Hi, Mumbayata, lovely to see you on. Yes, love your ideas, even if we already use. Great to be reminded. And there's a lot of things that we forget, Jen, on social media that, sometimes we just need to hear it again and go, oh, yeah, I forgot to do that. Need to bring that into my DMO because, life gets in the way. Not sure who that is. If anybody appears like that and you've said hello, you're watching from my group. I'm broadcasting in 2 different places. That's my business page and my free group, Social Media Strategies for Home Business Owners. And if you're new to my group, you'll appear like that until you click the link above that says streamyard.com/Facebook. So you just need to click on that link once and then I'll be able to see who you are. Hello, Christine. How are you? You got a lot of wonderful shout outs in all the lives. Much deserved and so fun. Oh, that's cool. Thank you for passing that on, Christine. I'll be back. Thanks, Helen. Awesome. Good. Hi, Mike. How are you? Good morning, Chinta. How are you? In your part of the world, I know it's morning. Hi, Ford. Great to see you here. Ready to take notes. Awesome. Hi, Carol. Lovely to see you here. Okay, so let's get on to the content, guys. So I'm going to give you 4 ideas. Some of them you would know well, but I just want to give you a little bit of a spin on a couple of things as well, because there's a lot of people in this industry networking in the same way, and it gets a bit old, and everybody's in the same groups and all trying to do the same things. Like network marketers are known for sort of going into sort of certain type groups. So you might want to just broaden your horizon a little bit. Okay. First thing I want to share with you is, how often have you ever looked at your memories on Facebook? So you would know that when you go to Facebook on certain days, sometimes memories pop up. And it shows you something from a year ago or 4 years ago or 6 years ago, or whenever it is. And depending on how active you have been on social media in previous years, whether this is going to be effective for you or not. So those of you that have been fairly active on social media, this could be a really good place for you to look. Those of you that really haven't been active and not many memories show up, it might not work as well, but it is something to bring into the equation. So what I'm going to share with you is, and you might want to change one of your settings to bring up all your memories. Okay, so I go to my phone, go into Facebook, I go into the house. So, well, I don't even really need to do that. I need to just go to the hamburger menu, what we call the hamburger menu, just because it's got 3 lines, okay? It's not really officially called a hamburger menu, but the 3 lines down here. So push those, and then you get to this screen here where it's got all these options, okay? One of these options here will be memories. One of those boxes will be memories. So if I click on my memories, it's telling me, oh, 7 years ago. That's a long one. From my stepsister, actually, sunset at my sister's place. So this is my old house when we lived in the city. So it's brought up a memory from 7 years ago, and not a lot of interaction, but there's 14 people that have left a reaction on that one. So I've got all these 14 people here that I can have a look at, and I can quickly scan through and see who I haven't talked to for 7 years. And there may be somebody of interest here that I have a quick scan. Oh, yeah, I haven't spoken to her for ages. Oh, yeah, there's somebody from a previous job of mine. Cool. So I can then put on my radar people that I haven't connected with for ages, people that you've even forgotten from your brain, guys, people, previous acquaintances and things like that. But then I can go to these people's profiles. It's telling me to send them a message straight from there. So some of them I can add as friends, because my social media is public. So people can find my content, interact with my content, and it's public. So not everybody on my that comments and interacts on my social media, on my personal profile, is going to be a friend of mine. So I can do that here. But I could go to any one of their personal profiles and start leaving a couple of comments and putting them back on my radar. This is where you can reconnect with people that you've forgotten about in your warm market. If you just go to memories, now one of the things with memories, it might only pick up the most recent memory, and that's all you'll see. So if you go to the little what I call a wheel here, and you change that to all memories, can you see the options there? Just highlights of memories, no memories, or all memories. Just check what you've got in your settings there by pushing that little button that looks like a bit of a wheel, and change it to all memories. So future posts that come up, it'll start generating all your memories, which you might not see straight away. Okay, but it's just one place to look somewhere different than you did a year ago, 2 years ago, of people that you've forgotten about. And it might be somebody that you had a really good rapport with, or a really good relationship with a year ago or 2 years ago or 3 years ago or whatever it was, that you can start reconnecting with. That's not in the cold market. Okay, and they're going to be quite receptive if you leave something on their profile or send them a message. You go, hey, you just popped up on a memory of mine. What have you been up to? What have you been doing? How are you handling COVID? That kind of thing. And then they're likely to come back to you and go, hey, I haven't spoken to you for a couple of years. What's going on in your world? Well, and then you've got your little elevator pitch, which is not a pitch straight away to say somebody, I'm doing a little side business. Do you want to have a look at it? You get into a conversation with potentially somebody that you haven't interacted with for a long time. So use your memories as a place to network. Use your memories to trigger somebody that you haven't spoken to for a while. Okay. So you might need to change your settings, Beth. If you've only got 2 memories, it might only be picking up, what's right there. You might need to change it to all memories, and then just give it time it might take a while to pick up more memories. So if you've only got a couple or you've only got one, just work with that for now, but keep looking. Keep looking at, there might have been one thing that you put in your memories that got a lot of comments and a lot of interaction. So that, I think there was only a couple of comments, if that, but I had 14 reactions. So I just click on the reactions, and then it can put those people back on my radar. Okay, that's one place that you could look. Secondly, you all know that groups is a great place to network with people. But I want to plant a warning for those of you in this industry with the types of groups that you might be networking in. Everybody's going to, let's say, it is a health and wellness product that you've got. And so you choose groups that are health and wellness broadly, and and they can be huge groups, and you interact and network in there. Now, that's not a bad thing. But what I would suggest putting on your radar is having a little bit of a brainstorm. What is something, and think outside the square here, what is something that you are good at or that you love? Are you a dog lover? Do you love walking? Do you love exercising, or your auntie? Do you love cooking? Do you have a particular interest? Is it gardening? Is it reading? Things like that. Find groups of something that you genuinely have an interest in, that you would normally talk to somebody in the real world. Go, and just as part of your DMO, you can still network in those other groups that are, entrepreneurs or represent your business, or, network marketing groups, those kind of things. But bring into the mix something that is an interest of yours and get yourself known. And pick a group that's not too huge, that your name can start appearing over and over again, and you can give some quality interaction and comments and advice, and start making some new friends in an interest group. Just start networking with people outside the groups that everybody else is networking in this industry. So what's unique to you that you have a real passion for? Are you a dog lover? Me, I could go and choose a pug group, something like that. Like a lot of you know that I've got, a pug. Squirrel moment, guys. Paul just sent me this photograph. I've got to show you guys. So if you're aware and you're on my live, was it yesterday or the day before, guys? Where's Harley? And I put the picture on my personal profile with all the rocks, and Harley was hiding in the rocks, and nobody got it. Sean got very, very close in the community here. But Paul, I just have to show you this one if you can see it, okay? Paul sent me this one just before and said maybe this one might be a little bit easier to pick. And I'm like, oh, cool. Another photo where Harley's hiding, and I can put up a series 2. Okay, this is an easier one, guys. Where's Harley? And this is what he sent me. That's not a guessing game to my husband. He's sitting on a rock. But that's the same area where Harley was playing around with on my personal profile, where none of you could find him. But there you go. I could put that photo up and go find Harley. Anyway, how did I get onto that? But I could go and find, a group where people love pugs. I could put photographs up of Harley to prove that I've got a pug. I could talk about the fact that he sheds so much hair that it drives me nuts. And if I interact in that group, people could get to know me, and we have a common connection. So it'd be easier for me to make friends in a group like that, because we've got a common interest. So think outside the square, guys, and go and make friends on Facebook outside the groups that everybody else is in, the entrepreneur groups, the health and wellness groups and stuff like that. I'm not saying don't go there and network and make friends, but just get yourself known in a smaller group of something that you've got an interest, and get yourself known. Comment on people's comments. Just say hello, or that's awesome, I love that picture. Here's one of my pug doing whatever. But just brainstorm. What are you interested in, guys? And go and find groups that you've got an interest in, and make friends in there. Make new friends on social media. That's what the social media affords us. But just try to be somewhere where no one else is. Does that make sense? Okay, so groups. And I would recommend that you set yourself that time frame in the morning or night. Like, I'm going to network in that group for 15 minutes. I'm going to network in that group for 5 minutes every day. pick up on a new name or something, depending on how active the group is as to how active you can be. But just to have your list of groups. And also go and clean out your groups, guys. Go and clean out your groups. Go and clean out the pages you don't follow anymore, because it's just mucking up your algorithm and what you're seeing in your news feed if you're not cleaning that kind of stuff out. So that's friends. If I go to the hamburger menu again, okay, I will have one called groups. I can click on that, and it's going to give me content, and it's going to show me, see up the top, your groups. I can discover groups and stuff like that. So I can go into this particular icon for groups and discover groups. So what groups do I want to discover? I can put something in the search button and get right down into the nitty gritty of the groups that I want to discover. But the first one will say your groups. So click on that, clean out your groups, guys. Some of you would be in so many groups that you don't realize. Have a look on a desktop computer when you're on the home screen of Facebook and look down the side of all the groups that you're in. If they're of no interest to you anymore, just get yourself out of those groups. You don't need that much volume and that many attachment to groups if it doesn't serve you anymore, okay? So memories is one. Change your settings to be all memories so more pop up in the future. 2, groups, but choose groups that, maybe a side interest of yours. Don't be in the groups that everybody else is in, because you get faulted for it. And, people can go in and genuinely can't help people. And then somebody faults them saying, oh, you're only talking to me because you want me to you want to sell your stuff to me. Have you seen that before, guys, or been on the receiving end of that before? Because there's certain groups that lots of network marketers are in trying to make friends and network on Facebook. So when you choose an interest that you might have an interest in that's outside of that, you're probably going to network with people that other network marketers aren't. Okay, so it's a good one. The third one, other people's business pages that have, the same interest as you do. Somebody that you follow in, professional development or personal development. You can go big, you can go small, you can go as wide as Tony Robbins, but you're probably going to get just lost in a page like Tony Robbins where there's just so many people there. So choose business pages and network with people that have got a like-mind interest to you. And, do that strategically, but just get yourself known and add some value to the topic of that business page. So if you've got some skills in something, maybe even it's different skills. Maybe you've even got, like I know Gloria's on, she's got some amazing gardening skills. Like I'm sure Gloria could go and find a business page that's gardening of some sort, or some kind of guru that teaches gardening or something like that. And she could give value on that business page and just get, if she does it often enough, people are going to be looking and going, who is this woman? And then they might go to her personal profile. And I don't know whether you got pictures of your garden on your personal profile, Gloria, but they might go there and go, oh, look at her. And then they're suddenly interested in you. And yet you weren't on their radar 5 minutes before that. Go and make friends with people that you have a common interest with. It's much easier to start a conversation and build a relationship with people that you have a common interest with, okay? So that's number 3, utilize business pages to your advantage, but not, same with groups, not just necessarily in network marketing or entrepreneurship or health and wellness or, weight loss or things like that. Think outside the square. Okay, there's plenty of people at this time around the world, your average person that may not know anything about this industry, that would be your next big runner, your next best person in your business, because they see the opportunity for what it is and they are looking for a side income because they've just lost their job, their security of their job may have gone. There's so many people out there that are hurting at the moment. So, but you just, mix with these people and, network with them in a genuine way. But when you've got a common interest that's not related to our business, then it can help make relationships build faster. And that's when you get into conversations about what you do, what they do, things like that. Okay. Number 4, I've told you recently that Facebook has just introduced, it's always been here for a few years, hashtags, but it wasn't widely used, and we generally got penalized for using hashtags on Facebook. So no, Facebook has gone, we want you to use hashtags now. I still keep forgetting because I'm not in the habit of it on Facebook. But putting hashtags with certain topics, you could create your own hashtag if you want to. But what you could do with a hashtag on the reverse side of that is now, which is not something that was necessarily that useful to us before because not many people were using hashtags on Facebook, but you can go into the search bar just in your Facebook newsfeed and search a particular hashtag, and then you can go and network with people in that particular hashtag. So again, you could do it interest-based. So let's say I go to Facebook and I've got the search, the little magnifying glass up there, and let's do something completely random. Okay, a lot of you in America, how many of you love Disney? And you Disney fans, you love Mickey Mouse, something like that. It's just one example. So I could go hashtag Disney because I might be a real big, mad Disney fan. So I can put hashtag Disney, press search at the bottom, and anybody that has used the hashtag Disney, this just never stops, guys. This will just keep going and going. People from their personal profile, people teaching things, people sharing things. Your networking will never end when you do something like this in the search bar. So what hashtags are relevant to you? What posts can you pull up and find new friends to talk to? Because you've got a common interest, you've got a common goal. So it's easy to interact and engage with people with posts like this with a common goal. And it never stops, guys. Yes, you could put things like hashtag health and wellness, but you're probably going to see a lot of spammy posts with people promoting their, promoting their products or whatever. But just go and play with it. Put some hashtags just in your Facebook news feed on something that you are interested in or would like to network with people on. And that is an endless amount of people that you have never met before that you can comment on those posts and get on the radar with people, strangers in the online world that might become your new best friend, but you never knew who they were before you went and did that exercise. There is no excuses for not growing your network. There's no excuses to say, I've got no one to talk to. There are plenty of things that you can do on social media to talk to new people and make new friends, build new relationships. And this is something that you should be doing, perhaps half an hour a day if you can. You're scrolling anyway. So instead, before you start scrolling, go to your actual phone and do like these 4 activities that I've just given you. So pop in your memories. Oh, okay, there's nothing there today. No worries, move on. I'll go into that new group that I've joined, see what kind of love and value I can give there. Okay, the business pages, I've got 3 of them that I like to network with. Leave a few comments there. Oh, I might go to that person's personal profile, see if it's unlocked, and I'll go and send them some love because they look like somebody who's of interest to me. They've got an active personal profile. They're showing me what they're doing with their life. They look like a really positive person. I like the look of this person, and go to their personal profile, give them some love. And don't think for a minute that they're not going to check out who you are. It's like, oh, who's that person? I've never seen them before. And they will go and check out your personal profile. So my big warning with these 8, and I'll give you another 4 tomorrow, is please make sure your personal profiles look like a normal human being. Do you know how many people send me friend requests? I look at their profile, decline, because it's 100% shared content, or it's just circle after circle after circle of an updated profile picture. Or it's a guy in a military uniform, with 2 photographs on it. So you need to look like a normal human being. You want pictures of yourself, guys, on your personal profile so people can see that you're a real person. So before you go and start networking on social media and using some of these strategies, please go and clean up your own profiles. Those of you that need to go and revisit that in my coaching community, those of you that are members there, go back to the bootcamp, personal profile overhaul. Go through that boot camp again and make sure that your personal profile looks really good. It's your billboard. And even if you've got a business page or a group, don't think for a second people aren't going back to your personal profile to see who you are as a human being before you are a marketer. If people don't like you as a human being, they're not going to give a crap about you as a marketer. So you as a human being comes first and foremost. I say this over and over again. Be a human being before you're a marketer. Be a human being before you try to sell something to somebody. Like, go and network with people, take the time, and you could be the next six-figure earner in your network marketing business if you take the time and energy to do this. If you don't expect to get good results on social media. If you want to get love to whatever you're doing in a page, personal profile, or a group, you got to give a lot of love first, guys. What you give out is what you get back. Those that put a lot of time and energy into networking, like I'm mentioning to you, they are the ones that are building their relationships. They're the ones that are building their audience. They're the ones that are building their followers. And then you never, ever run out of people to talk to. For majority of you, you let life get in the way and you're too busy to do this networking stuff. But particularly if you're growing organically. So you're relying on organic relationships, new people to network with. You're in a really small town. There's no one else to talk to. You've done, the rallies and whatever. You've gone through all of that and you're stuck. If you are not building your network and you are not making new relationships with new people, then it's going to be really hard to grow your business. So get into these places, set a daily method of operation for yourself, and that's one of your non-negotiables for your business. You do it every day, and you never know what that could lead to. So it's simple, but the things that are simple to do are very simple not to do. But if you want to become like a six-figure earner, like some of these interviews I was listening to, and it's just like, man, it's just so simple, but not enough people do it. So just make the time to do it, and you'll benefit from that. Oh, Laurie, quilting. Go and find some groups to do with quilting. Put your 2 cents worth in. Make some new friends with quilting. Gloria, I've joined old folks groups. Are you insinuating you're an old folk? They're complaining about ailments. Perfect. You can help them. Exercise. You know how I feel about that right now. Bess just started exercising for the first time in a long time, and she is sore. Every muscle in her body, I think, is aching. Gloria, I've seen you. I must be old folk. I'm great, thank you, but I'm not sure who that is, but thank you for asking. Hey, Emma. So I'm just saying, oh, you're gone. No crab lovers. You're still in the bad books, Mr. O'Toole. Not talking to you. He called my beautiful dog having a smashed up crab face. That's not going to be forgiven lightly, Mr. O'Toole. No more photos looking for Harley, but that was a good one, Beth. That was a good one. Same. I think I'm offended. No, Pug and Harley are trigger words for me. Oh my God, have I done some damage, guys, with the Harley photo? I just broke out into a rash. Oh my gosh, I think I have. My son loves pugs. The funny thing about, just for a second, guys, indulge for a second. The boys and Paul were at me for a dog for ages, like years before we actually got one. And it was me that caved in the end because I went to a girlfriend's place and they just had a litter of puppies. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's adorable. Took a couple of photos, came home. They were talking about dogs again. I was like, oh, I actually held a puppy today. And then that was it. Paul and the boys were like, oh, we need to get one. We need to get one. Are they for sale? I'm like, yeah, they're for sale. Oh, we need to go and look at one. Well, you know what happens when you go and look for puppies. You come home with one. And the one thing I said to the owner, the breeder, was I've just got one rule with a dog, and that's one that doesn't shed hair. I don't want a lot of hair. And she said to me, no, they're not too bad. They're all good. They're not too bad. Okay. I didn't know any different. My gosh, any of you got any experience with pugs? Harley's hair is everywhere. So that didn't work out very well. But yeah, that beautiful, beautiful temperament. Lovely. If you like little dogs, some people like big dogs, but if you like little dogs, they're great. Found him. Harley is cute. Thank you. Good old Paul. Exactly. I think we'll be able to save time on this photo. I think so too. So I just want to see if there's any questions. He'll make sure we found him this time. Okay. So makes sense. Yes, delete what you don't need. Turkey lovers group. Yes, that would work for you, Rick. Okay. Question here. Do you have to go into each group and leave the group to get rid of them, or is the way to mass exit? No, because each group is set up by different admins, different people, Laurie. So sorry, you can't do it en masse. You'll have to leave each group individually because they're all from set up by different people. Yes, some very hurtful comments regarding network marketing were put on a group page that I am part of. So negative. I think that group is not for me. And this is why I say with groups, guys, just think a little bit outside the square to what most network marketers are doing, because they can tend to leave, when they're a highly targeted group, people do tend to bite back really quickly. I saw a screenshot from a girl in our team. Actually, she was legitimately trying to help somebody with something, and a moderator of the group jumped on her straight away and said, what did it say? It was something like, if you are in this group to pitch the products of your company, please leave immediately. It wasn't even a nicety saying, look, I'm not sure the angle of your comment here. And I read it and I was like, man, she didn't even indicate slightly that there was a product to sell or anything like that. They're just triggered. The moderators of these groups are triggered because this is what network marketers do. So think outside the square and get in some groups that network marketers aren't in, guys. You might have a lot more success, okay? So should I join some crabbing groups? No, don't, Gloria. I'm in 3 gardening groups and I have pics everywhere. Beautiful. Okay. Sorry to hear that, Emmett. Yes, delete what you don't need, and definitely if they're not treating you well. Absolutely. Okay. I'm sure groups have hashtags. Yeah, there will be, when you do the hashtag search, there will be posts from groups that pop up. Absolutely, Gloria. Love Disney. My granddaughter loves Frozen too, so we have watched it over and over again. So just brainstorm. It's like, oh, what do I like? What are my interests? What do I just think of something that you can give some input to? If you're a big film buff or something like that, Disney, you might have some cool things to say. I don't know. Okay, that's cool. Hashtagging away tomorrow. Beautiful. Wow, this is really good information for building a network. Oh my God, today on the treadmill. Okay, I tried to multitask and interact with groups. No, that was a space. Okay, no worries. One last comment, didn't remember the hashtag idea. We'll have to investigate that one too. Yeah, so it's going to pull up all the posts of all the people that are on Facebook that, as long as they're public, like it's a public thing, but you will see posts of groups that you're in that have used those hashtags as well. So it's just different ways to network. It's a little bit outside the square than what most people in our industry are doing. So just bring that into your daily method of operation and try it out. Okay. Now come back tomorrow because I'm going to share with you another 4 ways to find a network, find perfect prospects and network with people. So you might be able to bring those into the mix as well. So make sure you join me tomorrow for the next 4, because there's one that you might not have thought of particularly that I want to share with you. Okay, and you might find this one really useful. Okay, so thanks for joining me live, guys. I'll have a look at the rest of your comments later, and I will see you the same time tomorrow. Okay, bye.